Voilà, goedemiddag. Ik stel voor om de vragen voor Christian in het Nederlands te doen, de vragen voor onze coach Miran Muslic uiteraard in het Engels. En ik zou jullie willen uitnodigen om te beginnen met jullie vragen voor Christian.
Christian, u was ontgoocheld
Ik denk dat dat een beetje logisch is. We zijn winnaars en we proberen altijd te winnen. En zeker die emoties na de wedstrijd, die voel je nog altijd. Natuurlijk zijn die emoties al weg. Zijn we nu al volledig gefocust op de volgende match die morgen is. Waarvan wij allemaal trots zijn om te kunnen spelen, want het is een historisch moment voor ons. En om dat te kunnen verantwoorden voor zo'n jonge ploeg, voor morgen zo te kunnen presteren met denk wel een moeilijke tegenstander, maar ik denk dat we volle vertrouwen moeten hebben dat we morgen de 3 punten kunnen nemen.
De vorige Europese wedstrijd die thuis
Ja.
tegen Wisla Krakow had je ook gesproken van een historisch moment.
Mm-hmm.
Maar door de nederlaag werd dat een beetje ondergesneeuwd. Hebben jullie revanchegevoelens om het nu hier thuis Europees wel beter te doen?
Ik heb geen revanchegevoel. We moeten gewoon doen wat we goed in zijn. Intensiteit brengen. Als iedereen een taak doet, weten we dat we altijd moeilijk zijn om tegen iedereen te spelen. Ja, we zitten hier nu. We zijn door naar de Conference League. Zoals ik al zei, een historisch moment. Ik heb zeker geen revanchegevoel. Ik zit hier met vol vertrouwen dat we morgen een goede partij kunnen maken.
En de wedstrijden in de Belgische competitie, de overwinning tegen Gent, het gelijkspel tegen St Gallen, heeft dat nieuw vertrouwen?
Ja, tuurlijk.
Toch een beetje onzekerheid.
Ja, we zitten nu in een betere flow. We hebben inderdaad een beetje het systeem aangepast. En ik denk dat we nu een goede lijn aan het trekken zijn naar terug punten pakken. En we moeten die lijn doortrekken. Ik denk als je dan kijkt naar de tweede helft van Mechelen en de prestatie tegen Gent en de eerste helft zou ik zeggen tegen Sint-Truiden is een zeer goede lijn en die lijn moeten we volgen.
Ja, 4 goede helften in de wedstrijden. Dat...
Zeker, dat moeten we zeker meepakken naar de volgende wedstrijd.
Christian, er moet weer geroteerd worden. Hoe moeilijk is dat voor jou die altijd blijft staan, maar altijd niet
ik probeer dat zo professioneel mogelijk aan te pakken. Ik probeer ze allemaal te helpen. We hebben een grote staf die ze ook kunnen helpen naast mij. Ik probeer ze ook mee te pakken, maar ik vind dat ze dat wel heel goed doen. Ik heb daar ook veel vertrouwen in dat ze dat ook heel mooi gaan invullen. Ik heb er volledige vertrouwen in dat ze dat allemaal goed gaan doen, die rotatie.
Het is soms ook niet moeilijk voor jou, het is ook een leerproces.
Mm-hmm.
Jij krijgt altijd maar meer verantwoordelijkheid. Een leidinggevende spelers. Die druk is draaglijk. Ja.
Tuurlijk. Ik ben een persoon die altijd wel kalm is, die nooit echt veel druk voelt. Ik heb die druk zelf graag. Hoe meer druk zelfs, hoe beter. Dat zijn de beste wedstrijden voor mij. Als er veel op spel staat. En voor Cercle, dat is ook het DNA van Cercle. We staan altijd ready en klaar voor zulke wedstrijden te spelen. Zeker met zo'n jonge ploeg is voor ons altijd een uitdaging. En daar dat is gewoon een Cercle DNA die altijd klaar is voor elke wedstrijd voluit te gaan.
Als je dat vroeger ook na Westerlo bijvoorbeeld, was ook een moeilijk moment. Dan heb je echt heel goed herpakt. Was dat vroeger ook zo als jeugdspeler dat je snel kon herpakken?
Ik denk dat ik in mijn jeugd een paar tegenslagen heb gekregen, waardoor ik nu als speler veel beter ben uitgekomen. En die ervaring dat ik in de jeugd heb meegepakt, nu kan gebruiken. En ik denk dat dat wel, zoals je hebt aangegeven, wel klopt. Want ik sta niet te veel stil bij prestaties van mij die zelf goed waren. Bijvoorbeeld de vorige wedstrijd, dat ik misschien beter presteer. Ik sta daar niet bij stil. Ik probeer gewoon altijd te focussen op de volgende wedstrijd en altijd mijn voetjes op de grond te houden.
Vragen voor onze coach? Questions?
I think we are finished. Chris did it.
Maybe.
Possibly, but maybe there are some questions extra
his
for you.
career will make him assistant coach. 100%.
Questions for Coach Miran Muslic, please.
As coach, you're going to miss a few players tomorrow. But first, maybe the good news. What about Ouattara and Thibaut?
I think good news with both players. I think Katara did today the last test, the last fitness test. There have been some questions behind him. That's why he also missed the last, I think, 2 or 3 games in total. He looks sharp. He looks strong again. So I think we can add him to our selection. And I think also that our captain Thibaut was doubtful until today. But today was the first day our captain was pain-free, so he will be selectable, and he will also start and lead us tomorrow as captain of Cercle. No, I think with Lawrence we need to be patient, and we need to give him a little bit also to time to recover. Don't forget, Lawrence played now the most minutes ever in his career. So it's just a natural consequence that the body at one point says, okay, right now it's enough. The good thing about his injury, I think it will only take us 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm actually happy that the international break is coming in between. So right now, as it looks, Lawrence will miss only the next 2 games.
Is it a pity that Kaku and Nunes are not on the squad?
Yeah, of course, especially if you see the last performances of them. I think Emmanuel played his first game last week in Mechelen. He showed that he's a very talented young centre-back. I think the way Erik is performing over the last couple of weeks, we can all agree that he's just in a fantastic way. But we have to make a tough decisions in him to find a good balance inside the squad. And we took these decisions also a couple of weeks ago, straight after our last game versus Wisla. So there is nothing we can change and turn back. And if you see it purely on Erik and on Emmanuel, it's also maybe good that they can have a break in the midweek so they can be available for us. Because don't forget, these are 2 young players with, if you put them together, with 3, 4, 5 games on professional level in their entire career. So they can also rest midweek to go fully on the weekends.
He was also, I speak of Erik Nunes, he was very tired. When you replaced him, he couldn't make a step forward, I think.
Yeah, but don't forget the performance he made on Thursday night. I think against Archie Brown, one of the best wingbacks in our competition, one of the most physical wingback, one of the most fast, and Erik looked fantastic on him and sharp, and I think he dominated Archie Brown, and he had to go again 3 days later. I think, yeah, but having a player who was not playing for the last 6, 7, 8 months and now playing almost everything in the last couple of weeks, it's just normal that at a certain point you get tired and you get fatigued, especially the way Erik is playing, fully, honest, 100% in every action. So actually, I like the fact that he's emptied the tank, because I know for sure that he's giving everything and he's on a good way.
What's the aim now for Cercle in this Conference League?
For sure, I understood a lot of your Dutch and Flemish talk, so I think it feels a little bit like our first international group stage game. I think it's the first group stage game in the history of Cercle. It feels a little bit like a reward for the last 2 years. Finally we are there where we, I think, dreamed about over the last 6, 7, 8 months. I remember also the game in Ghent when we celebrated shortly before the playoff one, where we celebrated this 2-1 victory away, playing 70 minutes outnumbered. I think that was the moment for us where we all agreed, okay, let's go to playoff one and let's try to challenge the playoff one. And I think when we achieved then that, it was okay, let's try to take the next step. And what is the next step? To qualify for Europe. When we achieve that, we have the qualification in the summer. So it feels a little bit like a reward of hard work and a lot of effort, a good attitude. So, and it's everything to enjoy. We want to enjoy this game. We're going to face tomorrow a fantastic opponent. St Gallen is very, very similar to Cercle. Very athletic, very direct, very vertical, out of possession, playing a 4-diamond-2, pressing, counter-pressing, playing out of pressure. So I think we're going to see 2 teams very, very similar in the way we are playing. It will be for sure an intense game. I think it's a 50-50 game, and again, it feels like a reward for the last 2 years, and we want just to go outside and enjoy European group stage games, enjoy the Conference League anthem and hymn, and ready to perform, knowing that just 2.5 days later, we have to go fully again. But that's the challenge we have, and that's exactly the challenge we also wanted. So we are very exciting, and we are very looking forward for tomorrow night.
Kevin Denke, he scored 3 goals now, the last 3 goals of Cercle. After missing this transfer, is this the kind of games where he can show himself now, he should show himself now?
I think it's not only to show himself, it's not only about Kevin, it's an opportunity for every single Cercle player. It's a European group stage. It's just another stage to shine and to perform. And yes, Kevin is the ultimate goal threat and the goal scorer of us. He scored, again, I think, if you see it purely as a number 9, a very strong goal and a fantastic goal against St Truden. And yes, this is like for Christian, like for Thibaut, like for Alan, like for Flavio, also for Kevin, just another stage and another opportunity to shine, and we want to take this opportunity. And I think also Kevin proved in the last 2 years that he's a goal-getter par excellence in our competition, scoring over 50 goals. And he wants also now to put his name on the international map. But that is the same for Christian, it's the same for Thibaut, it's the same for Warleson. And with this desire inside our group, that's why we are looking forward to play.
Did you have special messages for him in the past weeks when he was struggling?
No, it's always a good. No, it's always a good, a clear and an honest conversation with a good and an honest feedback. I had Kevin, for example, 9:40 today in my office, and it was again about supporting, feedbacking, and Kevin. That's the reason why he exploded over the last 2 years. He took this feedback and aimed to improve, and aimed to get better, and I want him to continue being dominating the centre backs, because he is scoring goals and he will score goals. But I missed a little bit this Kevin's physical dominance, because I remember the last 2 years, especially the last year, every single centre back struggled against Kevin to defend him. And I think if he can go back to this physical dominance, he will increase his goal scoring threat. And Kevin is a good guy, believe me, and I have a good relationship to him, and Kevin is always listening. That's why he's also performing over the last 2 years. So I don't see any doubts or any. Yeah, the transfer window is done. It's also done for Kevin. So he's really focused to perform, so he can maybe jump on the next train in January. Why not?
Jeroen?
Just one question. Cercle has been struggling in the Belgian competition. How difficult or how easy is it to turn the page for you?
Nothing is easy. Everything is challenging. Everything is also difficult, because again, it's a highlight game on Thursday, no doubt. It's the next highlight game on Sunday. Going to Antwerpen inside the Bossiel, wow, it's beautiful. The last time we played over there, we managed also to take the 3 points, knowing that Antwerpen is just in a fantastic mood. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with this Beerschot game, but the way they played the first 65 minutes, I think if they didn't stop the game, it could also be felt like a 7, 8, 9, 10, 0. So just in a fantastic shape, but that's just the balance we have to find and we have to take, knowing that we have to perform every 3 days. But that's also something we looked forward over the last year to achieve that, and now it's just to find a good rhythm. And I think we proved also last week, gaining 4 points after a difficult period of weeks, gaining 4 points versus Gent and St Truden, that we can do this, and it will be the same approach also for this week.
Geen vragen meer? Dank je wel.
Thank you very much.
Dankjewel.